Hello everyone, my name is Nandita Vaidyanathan and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on my video and giving me a chance. So as you must have read from the title, today's video is about my top 10 recommendations for December 2020. This is the first time I am actually doing a recommendations video and I'm so excited about this one because this is the first time I get to share my personal favorites with all of you, and that is like really special to me. So let me keep the introduction short this time and directly jump into my December 2020 favorites. First, let's start with our favorite section, that is movies and series. God, the one good thing about the lockdown was that I discovered a plethora of such good content on OTT platforms. As an Indian, I am so proud to say that there is no dearth of excellent binge-worthy content on the Indian entertainment space. And having said that, how can I not mention my most favorite show of 2020, which is Scam 1992, the Harshad Mehta story. What a show, guys. Seriously, it is a superb show. Within just 10 episodes, the makers just completely suck you into that 80s and 90s world where there was no social media or internet, but people were just as cool, and you discover that through this show. In those times, picking up a newspaper was like the first source of information that people received. And that is exactly how Harshad Mehta got into trouble, because of one journalist who decided to stand up for the truth. The way Harshad Mehta's character was portrayed by Pratik Gandhi, he is a hidden gem in the theatre space, and I'm quite surprised how we didn't discover him all this while, because he's so cute and he's so good with his character. He actually makes you believe that he himself is Harshad Mehta with his mustache and with his one side crooked smile. He has done an amazing job with Scam 1992. Even the supporting roles were done so effortlessly and naturally that you'll actually feel like this is a real world. And of course, it is a real world because it's based on the real life story of Harshad Mehta, and that's what makes it even more interesting. It's on Sony Live and you should definitely watch this one. And speaking of biopics, the next one is a Tamil movie called Soorarai Potru, which is a story of G.R. Gopinath, who is the founder of Air Deccan. After facing multiple failures while starting an airline career, this small towner from Tamil Nadu actually continued to believe in himself and his dreams, and told us by example what the power of dreams can actually do to us. From being a rebellious youngster to working in the Air Force to becoming an entrepreneur, Surya has shown so much range as a talented actor. I believe this is on Amazon Prime. You must watch this one. My third recommendation is a cringe comedy show based out of New York, and it's called The Impractical Jokers. I have to admit, this show really helped me get through my quarantine blues. It's embarrassing, the ridiculous things that they do to each other, but their comic timing is just impeccable. They're in their 8th season now, but since it's a reality show, you can randomly pick up any show from any season, and I'm sure you'll love watching it. Season 6 is my personal favorite, by the way, so you can watch it for a good laugh. Once, I was drinking coffee and I laughed so hard that the coffee actually came out of my nose. I know it sounds gross, but this is the best way I can possibly describe to you how much I enjoyed watching this show. It's about 4 best friends from high school who do unimaginable things to embarrass each other publicly, and it's just so funny. If you've had a rough day and you just want to pick me up, you should definitely check this out. Even if you don't have an appetite for cringe comedy, I know that it's not everyone's cup of tea. You should definitely watch a couple of episodes and then decide for yourselves. Trust me, you are going to be hooked. My fourth recommendation is actually a YouTube channel. It's called The Dodo. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I actually discovered this channel recently, and I have to admit that I'm not a very big animal lover myself. But I just happened to see this channel, which is stories about different animals and pets from around the world and the relationship that they share with their owners, and how these animals have their own struggles and their own problems, and how they fight these struggles with the help of their owners. It's just so heartwarming to see. There are so many animal lovers out there who go out of their way to at many times help stray animals who they just happen to cross paths with. If you like casual viewing on the internet, I'm sure you'll end up binge watching a lot of their videos because it just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. My fifth recommendation is this show called The Good Place. It's a short 4-season series based on the concept of heaven and hell. It's an imaginary story of where people end up after they die and why they end up in heaven or hell. What deeds and karmas did they do on earth, and how they will be held accountable for their actions. It's such an interesting watch. It makes you actually retrospect about your own belief system, actually makes you reflect back on your own deeds, your possibly flawed ethics and belief system, what kind of attitude you've been having all along, and what kind of greater impact does it have on the society? The written material when translated on screen is such a treat to watch. It actually makes you think from the Almighty's perspective. You just think and wonder, he is sitting up there looking at all of us and wondering, what are these people doing? Anyway, I'm sure you're going to love this. My sixth recommendation is actually a podcast. I'm quite surprised myself how a podcast made it to the list. But it's something that is new and upcoming these days, which is why I started exploring podcasts, which is basically recorded radio without the music, but with excellent content. This one particular is on Spotify and it's called Hustle Post Podcast by Saloni Srivastav. She's one of my favorite YouTubers and of course my first mentors in this whole YouTube world. She's a successful business owner and creates content on multiple platforms. And through this podcast, she actually shares the business perspective of things. But she does it in an interesting way. So while doing your chores at home, you can just plug in your headphones and listen to it. All the current and future entrepreneurs and especially all the girl bosses out there, this is definitely something that you should listen to if you're looking for business motivation. My seventh recommendations are actually a few songs which I loved listening to in 2020. Have you heard of this song by Void Vision called Sar, Vanzetti and Sacco Remix? I know the name sounds complicated, but if you've seen Wild Wild Country, which is a documentary based on the spiritual guru Osho, I'm sure you like this one. It's an instrumental mix that will directly transport you to the 80s. They had a different kind of music at that time and it was pretty cool. Just put it on in the background when you're cleaning your room. I'm sure you'll enjoy this one. Coming to the next songs. There is an Amazon Prime show called Bandish Bandits. And some of the songs on the show can definitely give Bollywood songs a run for their money. There are 3 songs from the show that I will definitely recommend to you. First one being this song called Sajan Bin. If you are fond of traditional Indian music, this one will totally impress you. On one side, the lead singer is a young musician who makes internet savvy and relatable lyrics, and on the other side, there's this guy who sings traditional Hindustani music and totally nails it on the head. I don't know how many times I've heard Sajan Bin. Another song from this show is Couple Goals. It's a fun and peppy number. The choreography is great, so it's also going to be a visual treat for all of you. And the third song is Chhedkhaniyan. Once it actually comes into the mainstream, I'm sure is going to be a favorite in all the weddings. It's so simple yet so catchy. You can check this out on either YouTube Music or Prime Music. Okay, the 9th one is for all you girls out there. This product actually helped me get through the quarantine without looking like this unibrow bhalu. It's a hair tweezer from Vega with a special grip on it. All thanks to the lockdown, we had to bid farewell to our monthly parlor visits. And some of us did end up looking like our brothers. At such a time, this hair tweezer actually helped me maintain my eyebrows in shape. Parlor threading can be painful because they remove multiple hair at the same time. But with this hair tweezer, the control is completely in your hand. You can just pluck one at a time. It'll be pain-free and at the end of it, you won't look like a monkey. We have been paying these parlor ladies to induce pain just because we want to look put together. But quarantine has thankfully made us more Atmanirbhar and look for solutions at home. So if you don't want to step out of the house but still look put together, like parlor ready as they would call it, then you can definitely check out this product. 10th and the last one. It falls around about in the same category. Imagine not waxing for 10 months straight. Gross, right? The parlor lady very smartly coaxes you into buying that chocolate wax, which is almost like normal wax, but she makes you believe otherwise. These salon workers are such smart people, I tell you. They point out every little flaw on your face and make you believe that it needs to be changed. All this just to make money out of you. I'm not saying don't pamper yourself. We girls definitely deserve to be pampered at least once a month. But I think it's more sensible to go for real pampering treatments like a spa pedicure or a nice thorough facial. So what I have done is I have invested in this Braun Epilator. It saves me a lot of money from all the waxing every month, and plus I don't have to wait for it to grow completely. I can do it in my own time. If you ask me, it's a complete win-win situation. When you invest in a good quality epilator, you're saving yourself a lot of time and money. By the way, is there any product that you would like to recommend for me to try next year in 2021? If yes, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, this was my short list of recommendations for December 2020. I tried to do something different from what I usually do and I hope you liked it. If you like my face and my content, then please subscribe to my channel. I will see you soon. Bye.